Hello everyone. So last week when I was checking on what was coming out just last weekend, that included John Wick and Ouija, I noticed that there was a really smaller film called 23 Blast that was actually getting a wide release. I was really curious about it because it was playing in more than 10 theaters in my area. So last Thursday I saw the trailer for the first time and I thought it looked like a really good movie. I was hoping it would be a really good movie, and today I have now seen the film 23 Blast, which is based on a true story of a young high school student who was also a football player, and his name was Travis Freeman. And on the height of being a successful football player, successful student, he is strucken blind and now has to live the rest of his life as a blind man. And the movie shows before, during, and after this situation. Will he ever get to play football ever again? How will he deal with his community? Will his family and his friends still be there for him? These are all ideas that are explored in this film, and there's some very recognizable actors and actresses in the film. Most notably is Stephen Lang, who plays the coach of the football team. Most people might know him as being the major villain in Avatar. And also Dylan Baker is in this film and plays the father of Travis Freeman. And Dylan Baker is an actor that's been working in the business for a very long time and has over 100 films underneath his belt as an actor. Most notable, probably people might know him as playing a teacher in Spider-Man 2 and 3. One of my favorite roles that he's ever done, he was in a film called Happiness. That was a creepy movie from 1998. But he's a really great actor, and I think most people might just know him from his face, so not by his name. But to my surprise, he actually directed this movie. This is his directorial debut as a director. And you know what? I really liked this film. I thought this was a well-made sports drama, inspirational, very endearing. I really liked the cast. I felt the acting by most involved to be really quite solid. There are some supporting characters that don't really play a major part in this role that looks like that might have been their first acting job ever, but the majority of the cast is really quite great, especially the leads. Stephen Lang is also great in the film. Also, I should mention, who plays the female lead and the friend/girlfriend of Travis Freeman in this film, she's played by a Spy Kid. Yes, Alexis Vega is also in this movie, and she's very good in the film as well. I just really liked how nice this film was. Now, this film is actually rated PG-13 for teen drinking. That's it. What an insult. I have seen PG-rated movies with more trash and garbage in it than this PG-rated film. This is a shame that this movie is rated PG-13. It should not be rated PG-13. It should have got a PG rating. That scene where they all drink doesn't take very long and it's over with. I think this movie is good for the entire audience. The surprise about this movie, I didn't know that this was actually a faith-based religious film until the very end, when they showed what happened to Travis Freeman after he left football. That's what's really interesting, and I want you to see the film so you can find out. You can probably go online and type in Travis Freeman and find out what he's doing with his life right now. I don't really want to say that. What I want to say is that I would recommend this film to everybody that I know, even if they are not religious or even if they do not believe in God. What's so great about this film, and what this film shows, that what most religious-based films should do, what most faith-based films should do, is not preach to your audience. Don't talk down to them. They're not there to accept Jesus in their heart. They're there to be entertained. They want to be inspired, and maybe through some subtle things that you can put on screen, like this movie does. The characters go to church. The characters wear crosses around their necks. And that's really all of this movie. That's the only religious aspect of this film. They're not really talking about Jesus all the time. They're not preaching it to us. They're not throwing it down our throats. And that's what I really appreciated. So many times I see religious, faith-based films that are preachy, heavy-handed, self-righteous, and really only speak to one person in the audience. They don't speak to everybody in the audience. And what I liked about this film the most is that, yes, it has those ideas in it, those parts in the film where those characters do go to church and they wear the crosses around their necks. But the film does not preach to the audience or tries to convert the audience to Jesus. And that's what I really appreciated. It's a movie where I go, hey, you don't like God? Okay, that's fine. you can actually really enjoy this film, because this film is a really good, inspired, it's a nice, decent, inspired sports drama that shows that if this horrible thing happened to your life, don't give up. You're still alive. You know, whatever might happen, whatever, you know, in this story, of course, he goes blind, but you could lose your sight, your hearing, your arms, your limbs, your legs. You could lose something in your life, but don't let it control your life, and don't let it make you give up the chance to keep on living. And that's what I liked about this film, that the ultimate message of the film was that, and it wasn't like, you know, accept Jesus in your heart. You know, so many religious films do that, and they just pretty much only speak to one person in the audience. And I like the fact that this film spoke to me, spoke to everybody around me, whether they're religious or not. I really appreciated that, and it felt honest, it felt true. The movie was well made. Yes, it's not going to change the face of sports dramas in the future or be up there with some of the great sports films ever made, but I felt like it was a nice film. It was a good film that the entire family can enjoy. Don't be afraid that it's PG-13. Don't worry about that. I highly recommend you check out 23 Blast. I thought it was a good movie with a good message about not giving up. That's the ultimate message of this movie, is to just not give up. Whatever comes in your way, do not give up. And for that, I'm going to give 23 Blast, I'm going to give it 3 stars out of 4. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, and please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MovieManCHAD.com, and if you enjoyed this movie video review, please click right here. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know, have you seen 23 Blast? What did you think about it? Put it in your comments in the comment box below. I'd really appreciate it. I want to hear what you thought about it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life. And I will talk to you in my next movie review. Bye, everyone, and peace be with you, my friends.